Hello, take two. Driving up to Bristol. This COVID virus, COVID-19. If you want to get an update in exactly on what is going on, and if you want to get the really good download on it, whilst on YouTube, search Dr. John. Dr. John. Now he's a doctor. He's obviously sort of like involved with quite a bit to do with viral infections and things like that, and he's pretty well up on quite a lot of things, but he explains everything regarding this COVID virus, 19 virus, and the way that they have to lock everything down and sort of quarantine everybody and quarantine everything, how that works and why that works, and he explains it all in well, really layman's terms, you know, really easily understandable terms. So Dr. John, he walks on gilded splinters. Only the oldies that get that. Anyway, yeah, so I'm travelling from where I live up to Bristol to do some work for a couple of days, and it's sort of like crossed my mind with what's gone on in Italy, in northern Italy. It's, you know, quite potentially there's a chance that we could get an outbreak in Britain, and travel could be restricted for a lot of us. So you have to travel nowadays, I think, right at the moment, and be aware that the fact that there's a possibility that you could get stuck, or you could get stuck out, or you could get stuck in, you know. So be aware if you're travelling, if you've got journeys to do, that if there is an outbreak in this country, and it happens to be where you are, there might, you know, the only way that they can contain this disease is by, boom, absolute straight cut down all travel, everything's, you know, so we're no in, no out, total lockdown. Exactly what the Chinese had done in Wuhan. And if you think about it, they locked down Wuhan, well, that must have been, I think it was on the 23rd of January that they locked down Wuhan. So that's been over 5 weeks, coming up to 6 weeks now, it's been locked down, which is not. So if you get stuck somewhere and it's as bad as Wuhan, then it could be quite disrupted to our lives and everything like that. So travelling, we have to be aware of that nowadays. There's a load of conspiracy theories going around about this disease. They don't matter really. It doesn't matter whether this disease was man-made and it's done to wipe out the whole of humanity, or whether it's come from a bat suit, or whether it's Chinese or some kind sort of like a bioweapon. It doesn't matter, because at our level, at our ground level, we're just merely the recipients. If we catch it, we're merely the victims. And there seems to be it's somewhere around about 2 to 3. So if you catch it, you got 2 to 3% of copping it. Some people have got slightly more of a percent of copping it if you've got an ongoing condition, which makes you sort of like slightly more wary, makes me slightly more wary of trying to catch it. But my condition seems to stop me getting colds when it's up, so it's almost like I'd like to get my illness back, because it's anyway, we won't go into that. But so if you're travelling, be conscious, yeah. And if anybody now is, travelling abroad on holiday and flying abroad on holiday and everything like that, think about it really, because you could be spreading this disease or getting this disease and spreading it. The actual way this disease can travel around the world so quickly as it's done is because human beings are a fidgety arse bunch of creatures who get on planes and fly everywhere, and we go everywhere and we travel everywhere. We're nomadic. We can't help it. We are nomadic. It's only been about in the last 8,000 years that we've settled. Prior to 8,000 years ago, we were nomadic. So, good luck everybody and stay safe. Oh, on Friday, if I'm in Bristol still, there's the Greta How Dare You's coming to Bristol, and they're having a demonstration on College Green. So I'm probably going to, if I'm in Bristol, I'm going to jump on a bicycle, get down to College Green and get in amongst them and interview some of them about the so-called and what they think and what to do. I'm not going to challenge them. I'm not going to argue with them. I'm going to give them freedom to speak and say what they want. Let them be hung by their own words. Take care. Cheers.